Hello there, welcome back to the channel. My name is James, and here at 20th and 21st Movies, we are about all things cinema. Well, I just wanted to come on here for just a brief moment here to just recognize one of the great titans of cinema who got word late last night that Jean-Luc Godard, a famous French director, pioneer of the French New Wave, and just a tremendous impact in the world of cinema, that wonderful director from France passed away yesterday at the age of 91. Now, of course, Jean-Luc Godard has produced and directed a number of hugely impactful films, and I have just barely scratched the surface of watching his filmography. I've seen a number of his films, and I have a good number of titles from the Criterion collection in my collection that I've seen. I haven't seen all of his films, but these are the films that I have in my Criterion collection of Jean-Luc Godard's films that I definitely would recommend that you check out if you are not familiar with the work of this great director. So, of course, Jean-Luc Godard is right up there with some of the great, titans of cinematic influencers in the Criterion collection. So up there with the Kurosawas, the Francois Truffauts, Ingmar Bergman's, Agnes Varda. Jean-Luc Godard is definitely in that vein of directors who is represented greatly in the collection. So here are just a few of the titles that I have in my collection. And let me know in the comments section, what are some of your favorite movies from director Jean-Luc Godard? So this first film is from 1960. It's spine number 408 in the collection. And this is a wonderful digibook, dual format edition, Breathless. This is one of those landmark films in the French New Wave. It's called A Bout de Souffle in France, but it means breathless. And it's a film by Jean-Luc Godard. Love the wonderful color here. Jean-Paul Belmondo, of course, stars in this amazing film along with Jean Seberg, and they're just wonderful in this film. This is Breathless from director Jean-Luc Godard, 1960, landmark film in the French New Wave, followed up by Anna Karina in 1962 in Vivre sa vie. This is spine number 512 in the Criterion collection from wonderful actress Anna Karina. Band of Outsiders. If you've seen this film, you're familiar with the famous dance scene with the three main characters in this film. This is from 1964. This is spine number 174 in the Criterion collection. Really nice film. Band Apart, or Band of Outsiders. I have a review on the channel for Pierrot. This also stars Jean-Paul Belmondo, who I believe he recently passed away, but yes, Jean-Paul Belmondo and Anna Karina as well, who was in Vivre sa vie. They appeared in Pierrot Le Fou. Great film. This is spine number 421 and it's 1965. I have a review on this channel also for Masculin, Feminin, which is just a very fascinating film. I really enjoyed. This is probably one of my favorite films from Jean-Luc Godard, Masculin, Feminin. Just a fantastic film starring Chantal Goya, who was a singer. And this is from 1966, and it's spine number 308. And I have a review of Masculin, Feminin on the channel. Definitely check it out. This is 1967 Weekend. So this is Weekend, the film from 1967 from Jean-Luc Godard, and it comes in at spine number 635 in the Criterion collection. So definitely recommend checking this one out. This is a pretty wild one, okay? It's definitely sort of deals with anarchy and just, it's very crazy in terms of some of the scenery that you'll see in this movie. But this is Weekend from Jean-Luc Godard. And then the last title I have in my collection from director Jean-Luc Godard is sort of later Godard. And it's from 1980, and it's spine number 744 in the collection, and it's Every Man for Himself. So this is spine number 744. It's from 1980, and this is a film that's in color. Really nice film. Really enjoyed this film. It's basically Sauve qui peut la vie. So every man for himself. So very interesting film, and I'll read it back on the Criterion case, it says, after a decade in the wilds of avant-garde and early video experimentation, Jean-Luc Godard returned to commercial cinema with this star-driven work of social commentary while remaining defiantly intellectual and formally cutting edge. Every Man for Himself, featuring a script by Jean-Claude Carrera and Anne-Marie Melville, looks at the sexual and professional lives of three people: a television director, Jacques Dutronc, his ex-girlfriend, Nathalie Baye, and a prostitute, Isabelle Huppert. So this is Isabelle Huppert in an early role, to create a meditative story about work, relationships, and the notion of freedom. Made 20 years into his career, it was, Godard said, his second first film. So basically, he was saying that this film, Every Man for Himself, is his second first film. So this is 1980, his second first film of this 1960 film, Breathless, from Jean-Luc Godard. So from 1960. So these are the titles that I have in my Criterion collection of Jean-Luc Godard films. Let me know in the comment section below, what films have you seen from Jean-Luc Godard, and what are your favorites? I have not seen Alphaville. I have not seen, there's a number of his titles I have not seen that I'm now inspired to go check out from the filmography of this great director. But let me know what your favorites are in the comment section. And it's just one of those things where, you know, you recognize a great titan of cinema who has moved on, and just so grateful for the great body of work and the great creativity and the mastery of craft that he has given as a gift to the world of art and to the world of cinema that we all get to continue to enjoy. So let me know in the comments section your favorites and any thoughts you have on Jean-Luc Godard. Peace.